what you wanna see and take you where you wanna be. You could be my luck. Even if the sky is falling down, I know that we'll be safe and sound. I can lift you up. I can show you what you wanna see and take you where you wanna be. You could be my luck. Even if the sky is falling down, I know that we'll be safe and sound. We're 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 safe and sound. It comes and goes. We're out here chasing a feeling. Up high, down low. We go from the floor to the ceiling. We fly, we fall. We get back up and try again. Some do, some don't. Some will, some won't. I wanna feel just a little, just a little, just a little. Put my heart in the middle, in the middle, in the middle. Wanna live just a little, just a little, just a little. Wanna feel just a little, just a little. Little bit more. Little bit more. Big heart, big plans, big dreams, and we ain't even sleeping. Who can? We can. We dive right into the deep end. You win, you lose. You get back up and try again. Some do, some don't. Some will, some won't. I wanna feel just a little, just a little, just a little. Put my heart in the middle, in the middle, in the middle. Wanna live just a little, just a little, just a little. Wanna feel just a little, just a little. Little bit more. Little bit more. I want it all, please don't judge me. I want some love and some money. I wanna be at the party, yeah, that's me at the party. Wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel just a little, just a little, just a little. Put my heart in the middle, in the middle, in the middle. Wanna live just a little, just a little, just a little. Wanna feel just a little, just a little. Little bit more.
My world, our world, may keep changing, but I'm not going to let the days blur together anymore. This is my awakening, my call to bounce back, to thrive. I stand for those who make up the fabric of my life, where I come from and where I'm going. I stand for my community and for myself. My mission is to change the word challenge to opportunity, and my goal is to live without limitations. Let's make a declaration together. Our future has no boundaries, no limits, no ceilings. I'm opting in, signing up, and using my voice. Today is the day I recommit to my shine, to digging deep for inspiration, to reaching out when I need help and when I can give it, to ensure that all of our voices are heard and the person behind each voice is served, for myself, for my community, for our health, and for so much more, because my promise is to live fierce every day. There is strength in possibility, strength in numbers, and new opportunities are going to keep on coming. With the American Heart Association by my side, I'm ready for them, because we live fierce.
Oh my goodness. Hello, friends. Welcome to our Northern New Jersey Go Red for Women digital experience number 2. I was with you last year. I'm Jenny Grammer, and I'm a regional Go Red for Women lead for the Eastern States region of the American Heart Association. And I am pumped to be back with my Jersey peeps this year. If you remember correctly, I have a dog named Jersey, so I'm very excited to be here with you. We had a blast last year, didn't we? I think there was a Zoom dance party, so let's keep that energy up. Of course, I wish we were in person so that I could see all of your red. Of course, I've got my red on in my version of red pants that I'm happy still fit. However, even though we can't be in person, we can still celebrate this mission today and be inspired and focus on women's heart health. I think we can all agree that it has been one heck of a year. I know for me, it's been one that has helped me focus on what really matters. And I've learned so much about giving myself and others grace and to be grateful, have that attitude of gratitude. Plus, I'm pretty sure that I watched all of Netflix, like the entire thing. It's been hard to stay motivated, keep moving and keeping up with healthy habits. Am I right? Well, not today, my friends, because today is about living fierce. You see, we at the AHA believe in our mission. We believe living our mission, even when it's not convenient. We believe in being relentless in our pursuit for a world of longer, stronger, and healthier lives. And we believe that every single person deserves the opportunity for a full, healthy life. In fact, it's the first line in our 2024 impact goal. As champions for health equity, by 2024, the American Heart Association will advance cardiovascular health for all, including and removing health barriers to healthcare access and quality. All of this starts with you, our awesome volunteers, donors, sponsors, survivors, and friends. Let's let 2021 be the year we embrace living fierce, boldly and proudly. You took a step in the right direction today by joining us. Together, we're going to ensure that all women are aware of their risk for cardiovascular disease and have the tools for prevention so they can take charge of their heart and brain health. We're going to continue to make progress on closing the gender gap in research and STEM fields. And we're going to work together to remove barriers for women to have the opportunity for full, healthy lives. That's what it means to support the American Heart Association, and our work has never been more important. And you know what? It's work that will and has created sustainable changes in policies, systems, and environments that address the inequities for access, nutrition, and quality of care. Issues that we know have only been exacerbated by the pandemic. That's what it means to invest in the mission of the American Heart Association. And today, we're going to celebrate that progress that we've made together. Your generosity and your passion for this mission is helping to ensure that we have more survivors, stronger survivors, and more change makers, trailblazers. Today, we are going to inspire, empower, and educate each of you. We've got quite the program for you today, my friends. Okay, so first of all, let's get chatty in the chat box. I love the chat box on Zoom. It helps me feel like I'm with you. So I want to hear from you. So a couple reminders, although let's be honest, we're all Zoom pros by now. I could like do it in my sleep. So check out the toolbar at the bottom of the screen. What you'll need to do is click that chat on your toolbar. Make sure that you select all panelists and attendees. While I would love for you to just talk to me, I want everyone else to see your comments as well. So if you're if you're seeing closed captions at the bottom of your screen and you want to turn them off, that's easy to do. Just click on the button that says live transcript on the bottom of your Zoom window, and you can turn them off from there. All right, so let's get chatty. Tell me who you're going red for today, or maybe something you're grateful for. Are you going red for your mom, your sister, a daughter, your friend, maybe yourself? I go red in memory of my mom, who would be 70 this month, for my sister, who is also a survivor, and for so many of my friends and all of our amazing survivors. So let's check out the chat. I want to see all of you getting chatty. Who do you go red for? What are you grateful for? Tell me. Let's get chatty. I love that. Grateful for, yes, time with family. Yes, I love all of this. So I love that blowing up in the chat box. It makes me feel like we're together. We so enjoy hearing from you. So keep chatting throughout the event. Next, we also want to see how you are going red this afternoon. I know we can't see everyone on camera, but we do want to see your red. So snap a selfie in your red dress, your tie, your lounge wear, no judgment here, and post it on your social media and tag #NJGoRed. And last but not least, you can give throughout the program and invest in that work that I was talking about earlier. All you have to do is pick up your phone and you pull up your little messages here and you put in the message NJGoRed, and the number that you send it to is 41444. Hit send. And then immediately you'll get a text response with a link where you can go in and complete your gift. Trust me, you're going to be inspired to do that today. Our goal is to raise $10,000 today. So on the screen now and throughout the event, you'll see we will have an interactive thermometer where we will share updates on our progress towards our goal and just celebrate together all of the work that we're doing. After all, today is about celebrating and continuing to raise funds for the life-saving mission of the AHA. Again, all you have to do is text NJGORED to 41444. I feel like I was in my cheerleading days. GORED. We also have an online auction with some fabulous items. You guys, have you seen this auction? Okay, it's open now and will close tomorrow at noon. If you haven't registered yet, make sure you do that. You can do it now. Go to nnj2021gored.ggo.bid. Did you get that? Just kidding. It's in the chat box for you if you need it. Super easy. All you have to do is click on that and go and register. Remember, you actually do have to register for the auction so that you can view and bid on the items. You will need to put in your credit card information, but don't worry, you'll only be charged if you win anything, and you'll get prompted for that. So don't worry about that. That Jimmy Choo purse, okay, someone go outbid me, because while I really would like it, I don't really need it, but like I want it, you know what I mean? Also, those Murad skincare products, okay, someone from Murad call me. I'm an influencer, but I love Murad products. So make sure that you go and bid on that for sure. Although I do have to remind myself to wash my face every night because, you know, days fly by. Anyway, if you're bidding, you will get text reminders if you're outbid. Trust me, I know firsthand, someone outbid me on a couple things this morning. Fine, I'm not bitter. And remember that it closes tomorrow at noon. And I want to thank everybody who donated items for this auction. You know, it really takes a village to put on campaigns like this. And you can see the names on the screen. We want to just make a special shout out to these folks, but also to our auction chairs, Joan Helfman and Sherry Lapa. we could not have done this without you. You really were the force behind this. So remember, the auction is open and will close tomorrow at noon. So make sure you get your bids in. So now it is my pleasure to introduce this year's fierce leader for the Northern New Jersey Go Red for Women campaign, Lisa Olander, Vice President for Network Development at Ocean Healthcare. Lisa! Hey girl, hey!
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. This is amazing. Thank you, Jenny. Again, this year's chair of Northern New Jersey Go Red for Women. I am so delighted to welcome you all to the 2021 Luncheon. It's wonderful to have so many of you here join us online, and a huge thanks to the planning team for making this an important event that we can't continue to do without this during this pandemic times. Whether you're a regular attendee or it's just your first luncheon, we're so happy that you're here to join us. I'm passionate about the American Heart Association Go Red for Women and have been involved for over 10 years. I go red because I've seen firsthand the effects of heart disease and stroke that have had on my loved ones. I believe we need to live fierce every day. I live fierce every day. I'm sure everybody here that's joining me knows that. We can achieve this to the fullest. Go Red for Women has been around for 17 years. During that time, we have been amazing progress. Research has evolved to include women. Medical devices are now designed for women, which didn't get used to be for the case. And we've grown awareness among women to educate themselves about heart disease and how to live a healthy lifestyle and get those vital health checks that I talk about all the time. But it's a sad fact that heart disease remains the #1 killer worldwide. In fact, did you know that 1 in 3 women still die of heart disease or stroke here in the US every year? You probably don't realize that. So although we've made significant progress, we have still such a long way to go. So if you're thinking, what can I do? Here are some of my suggestions. First, we can be role models for a healthy lifestyle ourselves, even more during the critical crisis that we've just been through, which makes those with heart disease especially more vulnerable. Second, we can educate. That's what I do. Talk to women you know, tell your friends, tell your family, sit down with them, have a conversation about heart health. Tell them about 1 in 3, because none of us can afford to think that it can't happen to us. And third, get involved. By being here today, you've shown your desire for change. You can volunteer and learn about the work of women and the Heart Association for Go Red. And of course, please help us on our vital work going. I know the pandemic has made things tough for so many, but please assure that any donation that you're making today, even so small, will be put to good use. Finally, I'd like to close with an important note of thanks. First, to our Go Red executive leadership team, whose names are listed on this screen. Your support and guidance is world-class and widely appreciated. Through this tough and busy year, we all know, you have taken time out of your busy schedules to support our campaign. And of course, to our survivor ambassadors, thank you so much for all of your dedication. We are also so appreciative of our amazing sponsors. The American Heart Association would not be able to make this impact of progress we have seen over the years without the generous support of our sponsors. Let's take a moment to recognize the generosity and dedication to the Go Red for Women. Thank you to CVS, the national sponsor for Go Red for Women. And thank you to our local sponsors, Ocean Healthcare, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, Kessler Institute of Rehab, St. Joseph's Health, Coco and Concello, and our media sponsor, New Jersey 12, New Jersey. Finally, I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you here today for joining this amazing community and for your generous support. Please enjoy this incredible program, and let's make the commitment to live fierce and protect our hearts. Thank you. Thank you.
Lisa, you are the definition of living fierce. Thank you so much for your leadership. We're so grateful for you and all of the women that you mentioned on the ELT and our sponsors. We're just so grateful. You know, this year, Survivor Spotlight, which is presented by Ocean Healthcare now, features another fierce woman who clearly advocated for her own health. I am honored to introduce you to Nicole Phillips.
Hello, my name is Nicole Phillips, and on November 6, 2018, my life dramatically changed forever. It was the day that I had a massive heart attack and went into cardiac arrest. I did not have any of the risk factors for traditional heart disease. Yet within an hour of the first chest pain of my life, I went into cardiac arrest and died, but luckily was revived. I was 46 years old and thought my life was in a good place. I'd been blessed to be the mother of 5-year-old twin boys, a wife, and a career woman who had reached a respectable amount of success. Never in a million years did I think that this could have happened to me. The morning of my heart attack was like any other. As I was getting ready to leave the house for work, I felt a sudden pain in my chest. I told my husband about it, but we really thought nothing of it. Not long after, the pains continued. I found myself doing what I believe most women do when it comes to their health and themselves, and I apologized as I knew it was going to disrupt our day. Not long after the pain in my chest, I now had pain going down my left arm. I began to think something was very wrong, but neither of us still believed it could be my heart, as I had none of the risk factors for traditional heart disease, and had just had a physical months prior. My husband suggested we go to urgent care as it was closer to our home, and I agreed. And the ER doctor thought, just like I did, that it was unlikely I was having a heart attack. Instead, he thought it must be an infection of my heart called pericarditis. The doctors and nurses left the room, and within minutes, my heart stopped, and I went into cardiac arrest 3 times and was defibrillated 4. After the 3rd time, they were able to revive me. The pain of being conscious when electricity is coursing through your body is most certainly something I will never forget. I recall being stunned. How could this possibly have happened to me? I played by the rules. I led a healthy lifestyle. I didn't have any family history of anyone having a heart attack, even remotely close to my age. The doctors chalked it up to stress. And I was absolutely under some stress, as so many of us are. But that severe of a heart attack because of stress? I was then brought into the catheterization lab for what they call a CT angiogram. They placed 2 stents in my LAD, left anterior descending artery, as I had a 99% blockage, but no signs of plaque. I had survived what is known as the Widowmaker heart attack because it affected my LAD, which I now know is our most important artery. I later learned that the odds were truly stacked against me. The odds of surviving a heart attack under 50 are not good, but a Widowmaker heart attack and going into cardiac arrest with single-digit survival rates, well, I have to believe that there is a reason that I'm here. After that procedure, I was taken into the cardiac critical care unit. I was moved the next morning into the level 2 cardiac critical care unit. And by now, my room was filled with flowers, and I began to get messages of love and support. My husband brought our sons in that next day to see me, and I can only imagine how scared they must have been. I tried to reassure them and was very concerned about what the fear of all of this might do to them. Most of those first few days at home are somewhat foggy. I remember being told that I needed to go for short 5 to 10 minute walks several times a day, and I did that most days. I would get truly winded and wondered, how did I get to this place? I'd been discharged with instructions to see my internist and did so a few days later. I spent most of the day in his office going through everything that happened, my records, etc. And he too thought that it was highly unusual, having treated me for over 20 years. However, within an hour of leaving his office, when I got home, I began having pins and needles in my left arm and a heaviness in my chest. I decided to drive myself to the ER, worrying that calling an ambulance would scare my children. I was released on the 3rd day and still no firm diagnosis as to how or why any of this had happened. But I knew in my gut that I needed to keep digging. I called my cousin, who connected me with a cardiologist at a nearby research hospital. He made time to see me right away and ran a battery of tests, and for the first time in my life, an echocardiogram was done on my neck. He put a name to something that he thought caused my heart attack and was fairly convinced that I'd had a SCAD heart attack, or a spontaneous coronary artery dissection. And one of the things that likely contributed to it was something called FMD, or fibromuscular dysplasia. I had never heard of either, but apparently a normal artery is straight, and mine, at least in my neck, were tortuous or S-shaped. He referred me to a colleague of his who worked for the same hospital and happened to be a vascular specialist who did a great deal of his work with patients who have FMD. On December 31st, 2018, I was diagnosed as having had a SCAD heart attack as well as FMD. Most cardiologists that I have seen are not even familiar with all of the specifics around SCAD and FMD, and certainly not aware of the recurring chest pains. However, I joined a SCAD support group online, which was and continues to be one of the best sources of information and support. They are truly a group of amazingly strong survivors who have had a terrifying, life-altering event and given very few answers as to why it happened and how it can be prevented in the future. It was there that I learned that recurring chest pains were common for SCAD survivors, and I found myself bringing information to my appointments from my doctors about that and more. I learned that FMD, as the vascular specialist explained, is very underdiagnosed, and the vast majority of people who have it don't know it. And many are also asymptomatic or have symptoms that can be chalked up to other things, such as migraines. So after the nightmare that I've been going through, I was given some additional rules as far as my lifestyle. No sit-ups, no planking, no headstands, no problem, no roller coasters, no deep tissue massages, and never another neck adjustment from my chiropractor. My vascular doctor, who treated a lot of SCAD patients, said that I was most definitely going through PTSD, and I was, 1,000%. He strongly advised that I see someone who had experience treating patients with complex medical issues. I came home reeling, no surprise, feeling sorry for myself. However, I began working with a trauma therapist who has helped me more than I can explain in trying to get my life back, or most of it. All the while, I was getting stronger physically, going to cardiac rehab, which helped me tremendously in gaining some confidence back in my body and strength overall. I also opted to see a well-known SCAD specialist who was incredibly helpful in answering some of the many questions that I had, and many I did. I came armed with a notebook full of questions to every visit there, and candidly with every doctor that I went to see subsequently. I researched everything about SCAD and FMD before my appointments, the same way that I would in my profession. And what I learned that day is that as of today, SCAD is now the biggest cause of heart attacks for women under 50 and pregnant and postpartum women. And anyone who knows SCAD will also tell you that it's often underdiagnosed or misdiagnosed. And so the numbers are likely much larger than what's quoted today. I learned that I have a 21% chance of recurrence. And while today there are no specific guidelines per se as to how one can avoid having another SCAD, I've tried to make some simple lifestyle changes and am religious about taking my medications. What an unbelievable turn of events. As scary and as hard as it is to do, I am moving forward and trying to find the good each day in my life. I needed to learn to take care of myself that much more. And for the first time in a very long time, I am doing more of that and learning to say no. I'm keenly aware, however, with all of the things I've had to deal with, that I have no residual heart damage, that I survived cardiac arrest with the statistics being so against me, and that I have no long-term damage to any other part of my body. I do, however, have to live with a certain level of uncertainty because the medical community simply doesn't have the answers about SCAD and FMD. So yes, I had a terrifying and life-changing health event, but I survived, and I'm not curled up in a ball in the corner somewhere, and I'm proud of that. I got the help I needed, and I learned to advocate for myself. And the truth is, no one can advocate for you better than you. I owe my life to the doctor and his team that saved me. It's a debt of gratitude I've never experienced before and can never repay. And they saved me, and importantly, didn't give up on me. I will forever have love and gratitude in my heart for them. SCAD and FMD are both grossly underdiagnosed and studied. Either can take your life or come close to it, even if you've lived a healthy lifestyle. Don't ignore the symptoms. Chest pain is never normal. 1 in 3 women today will die of some form of heart disease. Almost all of the research to date on heart disease has been done on men. Women and heart disease need to be studied. In the end, I suppose I've tried to find the hidden lessons in all of these experiences and grow from them. For me, I'm not quite sure what those are yet, but I do know that I've never been afraid to speak up, and here I am. And maybe this is why I was spared. God willing, I've only just begun. Thank you.
Whew. I needed a moment to pull myself together. Nicole, you're our hero. Thank you so much. I actually have a dear friend who had a SCAD heart attack, and it's terrifying. We're so happy that you advocated for yourself and asked those important questions. And you're right. This is your purpose, to inspire us, to educate us. Thank you. That is the definition of living fierce, my friend. Nicole, if you're with us, we'd love to hear from you in the chat. Thank you for being here. And thank you so much for sharing your story. Did you guys hear what Nicole said? A 21% recurrence rate for SCAD patients. That's unacceptable. This is why we need to accelerate this work. Through Nicole and so many others, we know that funding the work of the American Heart Association is absolutely vital to ensuring that our survivors become thrivers. Your donations fuel life-saving research, help us advocate for better health, improve patient care, and reach at-risk populations. In short, you're helping save lives like Nicole's so that she can be around for those sweet boys. The Open Your Heart portion of our program is a chance for us to celebrate the survivors like Nicole, celebrate progress of the health of our communities, and to lift up those ones that we've lost, our dear, dear family and friends. Giving today is easy, and now is the time. Like I said, get your cells out. Hopefully you've been paying attention to me the whole time, but this time I'll have you pull out your phones. Simply text NJ Go Red, NJ GORED 241444 to support the Go Red mission. We would love to see 100% participation today. So as you're texting away, let's pull up that thermometer and see our progress to our, oh, we're already a quarter of the way there. This is fantastic. Thank you so much to John and Pam Davis, to Magda, to Ken, to Michelle, to Lori. We appreciate everyone. Jen, thank you so much for giving. Remember, our goal is to raise $10,000. So please give what you can, give what feels good. Nicole's story is so powerful. And I know we all have a Nicole in our life. Maybe it's you. Maybe you've lost a family member, a friend, a colleague, a neighbor. For me, it's my mom, who gained her wings 3 years ago after many years of cardiovascular disease and complications from multiple strokes. So who is it for you? Thank you for the generous donations from individuals in advance of today's event as well. We appreciate your support. And here's the thing, every donation is appreciated, but as you consider what level of giving feels right to you at this time, I want to highlight a few special levels. I'd like to thank first the individuals from Northern New Jersey listed on the screen who are already members of our Core Vitae Giving Society. Core Vitae, which means Heart of Life, is a regional and national giving society which provides an elevated experience for those donors who give $5,000 or more annually to the American Heart Association. So maybe that feels good to you. Maybe you'd like to join these incredible ambassadors. Or maybe $1,000 feels better to you. By giving $1,000, you can join this great group, which is our Circle of Red group. And you can join with this amazing group of passionate leaders who are on a mission to accelerate the progress through Go Red for Women. And here, let me just put this in perspective for you. For a gift of $1,000 per se, you could also help the AHA provide key education, such as infant CPR kits for new parents. You know, right now, this is we have seen in so many of our communities across the country that parents are not able to get that prenatal education as they're prepping to be new parents. And so this is something that we have answered a need in a lot of our communities, and donations of $1,000 could help us continue that. You know, who will join the Circle of Red? Stand with these leaders and ambassadors. Our Circle of Red members and our Core Vitae members, they put a higher priority on our mission because they know that supporting Go Red and the AHA means investing in the future generation of women in our communities. And as I mentioned, this part of our program is about you opening your hearts at whatever level is most meaningful to you. Remember, our goal is to raise $10,000 today. So let's continue to accelerate our mission right here in New Jersey. Let's go to the $500 level. Maybe that feels good to you. Who will join us at that level? You know, giving at this level could provide life-saving information to many in our community to help provide the opportunity for equitable health for all. That is our goal. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, Katie. I love that your real name is Kathleen. Christopher, Mindy. Thank you to Alpha Kappa Alpha and Delta Sigma Theta. We appreciate your support. And hey, how about the 250 level? Maybe that feels like a level that you're comfortable with. It's so powerful. And you know, I just did this math in my head. $250, that's like 25 lattes, 30-ish lattes that you could give up. So giving up a month of iced lattes to invest in this important mission for $250. Remember, you guys, it's so easy. All you have to do is text NJ Go Red 41444 to support our. And if everyone gave a gift today, think about the impact. We could provide CPR training to those new parents, like I said, but also we could take that life-saving skill and equip a whole other generation. So that's really powerful. How about the $150 level? Who will join at this level? I mean, think about that. That's like 15 lattes. I mean, they're like $10 a piece, you guys, okay? Think about these families who are struggling with putting healthy food on the table. Supporting at this level could help us provide those resources and solutions to that right there in your community. I just want to shout out a few more people here. Michelle, Lori, Jen, Ken, Magda, Sherry, thank you all so much. And hey, listen up, okay? Nicole, this one's for you, my friend. We have a special level to round out this part of our program. You heard Nicole talk about November 6th. It was the day that her life changed forever. So in honor of that, the day that Nicole became a survivor, would you consider giving $116? Join us and celebrate the many lives like Nicole's who have been saved. What a powerful donation, $116. Go ahead, type it in. I'll give you a second. Go ahead, type it in, $116, easy peasy. After you've made your gift, I'd love to ask each of you to share in the chat box. Hey, if you give $116, I want to hear from you in the chat box. I want you to give some love to Nicole. This is for her. November 6th. Can you imagine when she said the feeling of electricity going through her body? I felt that. Like, I can't even imagine the uncertainty that she was feeling. By giving a gift of $116, you are putting your name on this. You are standing with Nicole. You are standing with the other survivors. And you're standing up for women to live fierce in New Jersey. So who will give us $116 and give a shout out to Nicole? We're giving for her. Nicole, thank you for sharing your story. All right, so whatever you decide to give today, maybe it's $25, maybe it's $50, every dollar counts, you guys. Look at that thermometer. We're at $3,000. We're gonna come back in a few minutes because I know yours going and you're texting, and hey, send this information out to your friends to join today. You know, they can give. We're not discriminating. Send it out. I love that. We'll be back in a few minutes to check and see the progress that we've made. But first of all, we have something very special to celebrate besides Nicole. Well, she's one of them. Our Women of Impact campaign and the nominees, okay? This year's inaugural class of change makers are helping ensure all women have more time to pursue their passions, more time to spend with their loved ones, and more time to leave this world a better place than they left it. Over the past year, our world has changed. That's an understatement, Captain Obvious here, and really has made us evaluate how we want to use our time. Well, these four amazing women dedicated some of their precious time, 9 weeks to be exact, to ensure that all women can live longer, healthier lives. So today we celebrate you, these four incredible women. Heart disease is still the #1 killer of women, but with the passion and the drive and the determination of the leaders like these four, we will have the power to change this statistic. We will change the statistic. The time is now, the need is real, and our strength is unmatched. There is no greater, more relentless force in the world than when women are united with passion and purpose. We all know that's right. So I want to introduce you to our nominees for our inaugural class, and then we're going to announce our winner. First up, we have Jessica Bloom. I'm so sorry, Jessica, if I messed up your last name. Jessica is a former swimmer and now a PE and health teacher. Yay for her. Jessica has always been one to help others. She was diagnosed with AFib and mitral valve prolapse, and she's had 2 open heart surgeries. So she knows firsthand how important heart health is. Jessica engaged with other leaders to provide educational events around heart health and to fight heart disease and stroke during her 9 weeks. Thank you, Jessica. Next up, we have Mindy Fry, who is a public health employee. Yay, I love all these frontline workers as part of this, who joined the Go Red movement as a volunteer to pursue her passion for helping others. Mindy hoped to not only make a difference in the community, but to educate those on the importance of preventable risk factors, particularly hypertension, high blood pressure, and provide valuable information that can save lives. I love that, Mindy. Blood pressure is a silent killer, so thank you for doing that work. And next we have Nicole Phillips, who we just heard from. I feel like I know her. She had a massive SCAD heart attack and she went into cardiac arrest 3 times, as you heard. You know, although she lived a healthy lifestyle, you guys, this is what it's about. Even though she lived a healthy life, did not have the traditional risk factors for heart disease, it did help us educate more women on how SCAD can affect anyone at any time. It's about raising awareness, my friends, and elevating these issues. Thank you, Nicole. Final nominee, Patty Stern. Patty, look at her looking fierce with her red lipstick. Patty is a professional communications and planning strategist who has a passion to help others and make a difference in women's health by helping them better understand how to advocate for themselves through awareness and education. Patty is also a heart attack survivor, and she utilized her personal and professional expertise to share resources and opportunities available for women to take charge of their heart health. Patty, we love you. Thank you so much. You know, our nominees' success would not have been possible without the teams of family, friends, and supporters who surrounded them. I'd love for all of you to join me in thanking and celebrating the many team members that made this possible. Give them a shout in the chat. And hey, if you're here representing one of these fierce nominees, give yourselves a shout out. Give the nominee a shout out in the chat box. I love that. It takes a village. It takes a team to make an impact for sure. Over the last 9 weeks, these 4 candidates helped make the following impact on Northern New Jersey. And let me just tell you that, like, this is just scratching the surface of what these ladies did. Over 100 people learned how to save a life with hands-only CPR. Over 10 community members actually became Healthy for Life facilitators and then took that and inspired 250 more community members to live heart healthy lives. Over 1,300 people learned how to stop a stroke using our FAST acronym. Over 150 people participated in an online healthy cooking class. Love that. Over 500 people learned about the importance of exercise and how to incorporate more movement into your routine. There were more than 5,000 social media engagements throughout the campaign, and there was over 150 people that actually made a donation to this campaign. And together, they raised close to $8,000 in 9 weeks. That's absolutely incredible. Give them a round of applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What an accomplishment. Hey, whether you're celebrating with water or wine or your $10 latte, let's all raise a glass in celebration. It's because of individuals like Patty, Jessica, Mindy, and Nicole that we are able to reach more women and truly make a difference. Thank you all. Now, are we ready? It gives me great pleasure to announce the woman who had the greatest, largest impact of the Woman of Impact campaign. Here we go. Patty Stern! Yay! Congratulations, Patty! I love that. What an amazing accomplishment. Everyone here at the American Heart Association is so grateful to you for all you have done to support our mission. Thank you. And hey, Patty has a message for all of you. And let's hear from our 2021 Woman of Impact.
Thank you so much for this honor. I knew from the start that I wanted my Woman of Impact campaign to focus on creating more awareness about heart attack, stroke, cardiac arrest, and help women live healthier lives through heart-healthy nutrition and, of course, fitness and exercise. I was able to accomplish this with a series of 6 interviews that were educational and produced throughout the campaign, and I'm very thankful to the 6 women who participated in allowing me to interview them and share their expertise. Thank you for that. I'm deeply proud of my fellow nominees, Jessica, Nicole, and Mindy, Ladies, we did this together. We made an impact in the community, and I congratulate all of us on the passion and dedication that we showed throughout this campaign and to American Heart Association all year long. The Women of Impact campaign is a fantastic initiative that brings women together. We all want to maintain our health and well-being. The breadth of information and resources available through the American Heart Association are invaluable and accessible to all of us. And I used it quite a bit throughout this campaign and was amazed at the information I had access to. I also was pleasantly surprised by the outpouring of support from friends on my social media platforms throughout this campaign. I seem to have really hit a nerve talking about heart disease and staying healthy and creating awareness with women. And of course, donations, which are critical to helping the American Heart Association continue being able to fund research, community outreach, and projects during the year. So thank you to everyone who donated. I appreciate the recognition, and just because the effort I put into this campaign is complete, I will continue to share my heart health journey. Thank you so much for this, and remember, losing even one woman, it's not an option. Thank you.
Preach it, sister. One is too many. I am obsessed with her, okay, and all of the nominees. Thank you so much. And hey, if you know one of these nominees, pull out your phone, make a donation in their honor. I love that. We are at a little over $3,600. So we're almost halfway there, and I know we can do this, you guys. Now, let's talk about Living Fierce one more time, okay? I want to introduce you to our keynote speaker, Katrina McGee. And as you're listening to her speech, I'm going to introduce you to her in a second. But as you are listening to her speech, she's going to talk a lot about self-care. I would love for you to stand up and stretch and maybe just move around and dance a little bit as you're listening to her, taking it all in. I told you we were going to do a dance party today, okay? I'm just saying. So Katrina is a global marketing executive with more than 2 decades of experience in leading brand building for world-class social purpose organizations. She's been a longtime champion for women, and she's incredible. And she's traveled around the globe advocating for and inspiring women in more than 12 countries on 3 continents. And you know what? We are lucky that we get to call her a colleague here at the American Heart Association. She is our Executive Vice President of Marketing and Communications, and I'm so thrilled to have to hear her. So Katrina, take it away.
Hey everybody, I am so excited to be here with you today. Listen, I gotta be honest, y'all are my peeps. I love spending time with people who love people. And if you're a part of this Go Red for Women movement, there are 3 things I know to be true about you. First, you care about your community. When you heard that 1 in 3 women will die from cardiovascular disease, you said, oh no, not on my watch. Losing even 1 woman is just too many. I also know that you believe that we can defeat heart disease. You understand the power of using your voice to make a difference. And when together we do that, we become the collective force of many. Now, the third thing I know is that you're busy. How do I know? Because only busy people get things done. Listen, we are parents and professionals, spouses and siblings, caretakers and community workers. Whew, I'm just tired talking about it. And yet, life is still full of possibility. And yet, there is so much more we can do. The thing is, though, when we're this busy, it's so easy to let our own self-care fall off of our to-do list. That's why today, while I'm grateful for all you do for Go Red for Women, I want to talk to you about you. I want to talk about how you can prioritize your self-care so it goes from being a buzzword to a way of becoming, a way of being, beginning with first thing in the morning. I want to challenge you to own the tone for your day. Now, what do I mean? That means that you set the tone before your feet hit the floor, that you express a moment of gratitude, that we be all in with our lives. See, what usually happens is we wake up, roll over, and grab our phone. And then whoever texted, tweeted, or sent us an email, we give them permission to set the tone for our lives. Nope, no more. In prioritizing your own self-care, you make the courageous decision to set the tone, express a moment of gratitude, and then leave your phone alone for 30 minutes. Yes, I know it seems impossible because the zombie apocalypse could have happened overnight and you need to know. But you know the funny thing about our phone? It rings. So if there is something important you need to know, somebody will call you. Listen, when you take care of yourself, when you prioritize your own self-care, you own the tone for your day. The second thing I want to challenge you to do is cultivate selective ignorance. Now, see, most of us have FOMO, that fear of missing out, which is why we buy into this 24/7 news cycle. But science tells us the more news you watch, the more depressed you'll become. So we have to get in the habit of protecting our own peace of mind by cultivating selective ignorance, where you decide how much news you consume, where you decide what comes into your spirit so that you can stay powerful and positive all day long. The third thing I'm going to challenge you to do is to focus and finish your top 3. Now, what are your top 3? It's your well-being, your health, and your wealth. Each day, I want you to focus on doing one thing in each of those categories that's good for you. For your well-being, it might be that you read a positive word each morning. It might be that you incorporate joy breaks into your day. That's that 15 minutes on your schedule that you set aside just for you. For your health, pick just something. Y'all, I know it's tough. Everybody's telling us what to eat, how much, what to do, how often to work out. You pick the thing that works for you. Drinking more water, getting exercise. If all of that is too much, I just want you to go outside and get some fresh air for 5 minutes each day. Pick one thing you can do, one small step for your health. Finally, your wealth. That's how we earn a living. Listen, most of us have 50,000 things on our to-do list. We set ourselves up for failure each day. So I want you to pick the one thing that you must finish each day and do that first. I promise you, self-care can be more than just a buzzword. It can be your way of being. If you own the tone for your day, if you cultivate selective ignorance, and you focus and finish your top 3. As a Go Red woman, I already know you are strong, you are resilient, you are empowered, you are fierce. So own your life, prioritize you. Let's you and I live fierce and be a relentless force together.
Don't you just love her? I want to have her in my ear at all times, being my hype girl. You know what I mean? She's so right though. Self-care is so important to our health. And I love what she said about just pick one thing. For me, it's just getting fresh air, getting up out of my chair because we're in front of the computer all day, getting up and going outside and getting some fresh air. I think that's one that I want to take in. What's one thing that you're going to do? I want to hear from you in the chat box. What's one thing that you are going to commit to yourself? That's how you're going to live fierce. You're going to take one thing and do it for yourself. I love that. Okay. So now we will honor, I love this part. I'm so excited. We will honor one more extraordinary survivor ambassador with the Go Red for Women Passion Award. This is an inaugural year that we're doing this award. Lisa, are you with me? There she is. Thank you for me. I wanted Lisa to come on and help me with this inaugural Passion Award. Lisa, take it away.
Hi, everybody. I don't know how you all feel right now, but I'm feeling extremely emotional and just barely just inspired by all these amazing women. So thanks, Jenny. You are so excited for this award because it's the inaugural Passion Award, and the recipient is a longtime and loyal supporter of Go Red for Women and a dear friend and colleague of mine. I adore her. Yes, you guessed it. It's Sherry Maloney. The Passion Award recognition, a survivor who empowers a woman with resources, information, and hope to live longer, stronger lives. A woman who has been committed to actively supporting women's issues as an advocate and has raised funds to support education and research while directly impacting the New Jersey communities.
You know, Sherry has been involved with the American Heart Association since 2012. You know, what she thought was the flu turned out to be nearly a fatal heart attack. In fact, she had several silent heart attacks, and her nutritionist suggested that she become a spokesperson for Go Red for Women. So she did. And let me tell you, I'm glad she did. Sherry quickly became media trained as a volunteer survivor ambassador spokeswoman, as well as an advocate. Her story was well received and made huge impacts across many forums, including radio stations, TV shows, magazines, and numerous blogs. She's famous, Lisa.
You said it right. Over the 8 years that Sherry was involved, she participated in multiple Go Red for Women luncheons, walks, and other events. Although she may be Sherry's last American Heart Association in Jersey, because she's moving to Florida, we are happy to have her continue with us today as an advocate for heart health. This past January marked Sherry's 10th year anniversary since her heart attack, and her message remains the same to all of us: to convey awareness, urgency, advocacy, and importance of women's heart health needing to remain in the forefront. It gives me beyond great pleasure to present the first Northern New Jersey Go Red for Women's Passion Award to Sherry Maloney. Please join me in congratulating Sherry as she accepts this very well-deserved award.
Thank you, Jenny and Lisa. It's an honor to be celebrated with the Go Red for Women Passion Award as we look back at all the achievements accomplished in my roles for Go Red for Women. You are the reason I am here today. It's your fundraising that saved my life. If it wasn't for research and life-saving technology, I might not be here today. You are all the backbone and driving force to make Go Red for Women successful in achieving goals and saving lives. It's your continuous devotion, commitment, and efforts helping women become empowered through education and resources. I am thankful for the encouragement and support of the staff from the American Heart Association. They gave me the confidence with the knowledge gained to serve as a Go Red for Women spokeswoman and survivor ambassador. It was my pleasure working with all of you. Most importantly, through Go Red for Women, I've connected and networked amongst amazingly strong women. I've received the strongest support from the Go Red for Women Girlfriend Network, establishing bonds, sharing concerns, leaning on each other for support and advice. We are like a family. As I accept this award with an attitude of gratitude, I want to say that I'm grateful for all of you. And that today, even though I'm moving to Florida, it isn't a goodbye, but it's another state to make an impact. I will continue our Go Red for Women mission so collectively we all can one day eliminate heart disease from claiming lives. Life is why I go red. And once again, I thank you with all my heart.
Sherry, I love you. I've never met you, and I love you.
I love you too.
I'm super jealous that Florida gets you. So I hear you're taking your sunshine to the Sunshine State. So, you know, just make room for us because we're coming to visit. Okay,
Always
great.
room for all of you.
I love that. I love that, Sherry. Good luck in everything, and thank you for all you've done. You know, if you haven't had a chance to give yet today, what a great way to send Sherry out on a high and to honor her legacy right here in New Jersey before she heads off to the Sunshine State. So let's take one last look at that thermometer. Look at that, we're almost halfway there. Thank you, Jill, Mindy, Christina, Nicholas, Philip. I can't see the names, Nicole. Thank you, Lois. Thank you all so much. And remember, any amount matters. We appreciate you so much. Thank you to everyone who joined us today. Thank you to everyone who supported Dr. Menon Mathias, Pamela and Evan Bard, Debbie, Lauren, Patty, thank you. You know, I am so honored to get to spend time with you today. And I just have loved it. And I'm so inspired. I feel empowered, and it makes our jobs so much better to be able to hear about the incredible survivor ambassadors that we get to work with on a daily basis. So it's not too late to give. So remember, you can still donate by texting NJ Go Red to 41444. Any amount helps. We appreciate you. And don't forget about our auction. Maybe you want to wait and see if you won anything in the auction and then make a donation. You can do that as well. I need to go in and check if anybody outbid me on a couple of things. It will close tomorrow at noon. Make sure you check the chat box for that link if you haven't looked at it yet. And I want to just extend a huge thank you to all of you for joining us this afternoon. I know it's hard for us to get on one more Zoom call, but I hope that you got up and moved around a little bit. I hope you feel empowered, inspired, and ready to live fierce. You know, get up, go for a walk if you can, stretch it out, be grateful, do all the things that Katrina mentioned. And on behalf of the American Heart Association, I want to give a huge congratulations and a thank you to this year's chairperson, Lisa Olander, for incredible efforts on behalf of women's heart health. You know, she is such a bright light, as you saw, and it's been an honor to work with her. I've loved being your MC today in this virtual setting. So hopefully next year I'll get to come and see everybody in person in New Jersey. That would be so fun. I'll bring Jersey with me. She's right here taking a nap because she's lazy. I'm also excited to announce that our 2022 chair will be Lois Green from, look at that big old smile. I love these two ladies. Oh my goodness, Lois and Tracy. Thank you for taking on this important role. Lois is from the University Hospital, and Tracy Paris Benjamin is from Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey. Congratulations on becoming our co-chairs for next year. Thank you for all you've already done and what you will continue to do. And we can't wait to see who you gather around your table on your executive leadership team as well, and what you have in store for us next year. It's been wonderful to be here with you today. We have raised much needed funds. We've heard stories of perseverance and survival, and so many women living fierce. I love it so much. To Nicole, to Patty, to Lisa, to Sherry, to all of the women that we celebrated today, congratulations. That's it for our program. Remember to post your photos on online using hashtag NJGoRed. Have a wonderful day, and don't forget to live fierce.
It comes and goes. We're out here chasing a feeling. Up high, down low. We go from the floor to the ceiling. We fly, we fall, we get back up and try again. Some do, some don't, some will, some won't. I wanna feel just a little, just a little, just a little. Put my heart in the middle, in the middle, in the middle. Wanna live just a little, just a little, just a little. Wanna feel just a little, just a little. Little bit more, little bit more. Big heart, big plans, big dreams, and we ain't even sleeping. Who can? We can. We dive right into the deep end. You win, you lose. You get back up and try again. Some do, some don't, some will, some won't. I wanna feel just a little, just a little, just a little. Put my heart in the middle, in the middle, in the middle. Wanna live just a little, just a little, just a little. Wanna feel just a little, just a little, little bit more, little bit more. I want it all, please don't judge me. I want some love and some money. I wanna be at the party